Whoa. Alright, y'all, we checked the price of the flounder lights over there at Academy. I'm about to take y'all into Home Depot, show you what all it takes to make one and how much it's going to be. Alright, then I'm going to make it for you on video, and we'll decide together what's the best option. Alright, so what we're going to grab is 2 of these weather resistant lamp holders. They've got like a copper coating on the inside or whatever to protect it. Rubber housing on the wiring there, it's sealed. They're $5 a piece. Alright, so this is the gauge wire we're getting right here. 10 gauge. I'm doing 15 foot and it's 92 cents a foot. Gonna need a female adapter, 1.25 inch, threaded on the female side, slip right here. 224 piece, gonna need 2 of them. Schedule 40, 1.25 inch, 90, slip here, male threaded here. Gonna need 2 of them. Gonna need a short piece of 1.25 inch pipe, 621. Gonna need a 1 inch by 1 inch 3/4 T, all slip. 243. Sorry, that's this one. We're swapping out the 1 1/4 to 3/4 to a 1 1/4 to 1 inch T, 432. Need a short piece of 3/4. Make sure it's schedule 40, 332. Need a 1 inch cap, 207, slip. Need one 3/4 inch cap, 82 cents. We're gonna get a piece of 1 inch schedule 40 pipe. This one is 10-foot stick, so $8.91. We're gonna get fancy with this stretching seal for a grip on the handle there. That's what we're getting, 2 of those. Make sure it says 12 volt on it. Welcome to Eagle Rock Shoals Outdoors. Gonna go over some flounder and stuff today. So, got this flounder light, underwater flounder light, H&H Lure Company. I bought this today. It's not a sponsorship. They didn't used to make these when I was a kid. We used to have to make our own. I'll tell you what this one looks like. Comes with a bag for you to put a little battery in. It's got this sealed LED light. Pretty sure this is metal, PVC coated, so probably rust. Plastic, foam, little alligator clips, tiny little wires. So you carry your battery, you walk around with this. We used to tote an inner tube with a wash pail in it, car battery. I'm gonna make one, show you how to make your own, the way we used to do it. And then make another video and compare the two out in the water. And we'll see which one works better. Go ahead and tell you the cost was about the same. Maybe a $20 difference in the one we're gonna make. And if you didn't have to buy extra pipe, more than pipe than what you needed, it wouldn't have been. And you see that wire is real short. I got 15 feet of wire. What I'm probably gonna do is tote my kayak behind me and use the larger battery the majority of the time. I did, however, bought this lithium ion battery. It's really, really light. Lots of power right there if you ask me. And they don't do good in the cold, so this is insulated and no zipper to fill. Love that. Tote it on my back with that battery in there. I will come back probably and put a plug on this to where I could just have a short wire, or I can tote it from my kayak. on my boat. But anyways, let's get into making it. This is what you need. I'll put a list of things in the description, and other than that, I'm just going to go ahead and put this together. These light sockets, they're sealed, come like that. They're pretty sealed. This is what we used to use. Well, we haven't even used them that well before. This is better than the ones that we've used in the past. So just pop that in there like that. It's gonna seat down right there, basically as deep as it can go, which is where you want it. Get it down in there flush. Alright, let's go ahead and prime this stuff. That's the cement. You will be able to swap out the bulbs on this. So these are just regular light bulbs, 12 volt marine RV light bulbs, regular sockets, 12 volt marine RV bulb. They're sealed. This is much better than the ones that we used to have when I was a kid. Should last plenty long. Got some stretch seal tape for the handle, some alligator clips for the battery, and you can get some little waterproof nuts to go on here. They have silicone inside of them, seals it all off. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to solder it today, and I don't think that I'll have any issues with just soldering it. Never did that in the past. They last plenty long. Gonna need to cut. This is a 1.25 inch pipe. These are 1.25 inch fittings. Got them going down to 1 inch for the handle or the arm piece, and then the handle grip itself we're switching to 3/4 right here. So gonna cut off about 6 inches for the handle portion. Need two 2-inch pieces for the put the light together. And I haven't figured out how much I want on the pole part yet, but we will see here shortly. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. Make sure that's not longer than 2 1/4, because yeah. All right, I just want it to sink all the way up in there. I don't want you to see it. All Put some primer on it again, on these pieces here. It's all Schedule 40 pipe. Nice and strong. The whole thing's about 120 bucks. About $120 for that light, or $120 for everything I spent here. Plus, like I said, 15 feet of lead wire. Gator clips, got our own handle. So technically this is probably cheaper. That's including the bulbs, which like I said, you can replace. These are only 60 watt. I would have preferred 100 watt. But we'll see what it does up to that when we do the comparison video. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not sure if I want to glue this or not. Feed these in here like that, your socket. So I'm going to put that on, and then I'm going to seal around this in case I ever want to take this out to get to that wire right there. So do that real quick. I'll just put a little, probably silicone right there. All right. Next things, all right, put this in so we'll get the glue out. So this is where our little piece is going to go in. Give it a turn. Always give it a slight turn after you stick it in there. Alright. Now before we can do anything else, we need to put these wires together. Should have got a razor knife. I don't want to mess up my good knife. There's some copper wire. Let's see if this will pull it off there. Cut a little more. All right, so gonna need, grab some cutters real quick. Alright, got the cutters. Gonna have to make a little extension for those so they'll reach up out of this T right here. Alright, I'm gonna solder this up and I'll turn it back on. Alright, I forgot and couldn't find electrical tape, but what I did find was this liquid tape. Spray on insulation coating. So I got that drying on the solders there. And what I'm gonna do now is cut this off. I think I'm gonna go with 32 inches. Marker. Alright. Cut that real quick. Alrighty. Primer this up. Mostly cleans it, you know. Go ahead and, no, we won't glue that on yet because we got to make that connection right there. But we can go ahead and glue this piece on. Hopefully we've made it the right length. Alright, now get this tape another spray real quick. Now then, figure out the handle portion. Go ahead and glue this on. Dang, man. Some daggone bees or something. Must like the smell. Alright. Then on top of that right there, need another piece of 1 1/4. And it's just going to be something to kind of rest your arm on there, so about that long. Yes, we can go ahead and glue this. But not the end cap. All right. Got your 2 wire ends. And we're going to feed them all the way down. Off the bottom over there. What a mess. Get your wires straight. Glue on it. So I'm gonna cut that off and re-splice that. I don't want that messing with my connection. I'll solder this one with you. I'm no professional solderer. So what I'm doing is just giving it a little fan them out a little bit, not too much. Yeah, see that? I think that worked pretty good. I'll give it one last spray before I seal it up. It's not dry yet. Yep, we'll go ahead and I'm gonna let this dry a little more. Alright, I went ahead and wrapped the connections that I had sprayed with the tape with some of that underground protected stuff, so we could go ahead and move forward with it. It's getting dark. Gonna glue this on now. Got both light sockets in there. There's the connections that we made right there. They're wrapped up pretty tight. Gonna get this stuff right here glued. Get one on best you can and then match the other one with it. You gotta just guess about what you want because it's not adjustable once you're done. This one's an easy one because you're just matching to that one. Wipe off your excess. Wipe it off, spread it out, whatever. Alright. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Now we need to solder this together. might kind of flip it over so I can do the back side of them there. I was gonna go flounder in the night and do that video, but I guess I'll make that a video tomorrow night. I'm just not gonna make it. I spent all day running around grabbing this stuff. Got all the copper covered there. Bring that in, let you see what it looks like. See that? If you can see it. Do the same thing with the white real quick. Let's give it a little fan. Then kind of weave them together like that. Give it a twist and then solder it. Mosquitoes are out. Whoa. The heck was that? I think my soldering iron just quit. Dang. I didn't need much more. This thing ain't even been used but twice. Not sure I've even used it twice. Yeah, better quit using that. Well, dang, that's not really that good of a connection. Give me a second to think about what to do. Alright, I got that connection fixed. That thing's shot. I didn't use it but one time before this that I can remember. Same soldering stuff came with it. Alright, probably had it on too long. I had it warmed up. For the video there. I'm not gonna make it out tonight. There's just no way. I might later, I don't know. Alright, but I'm almost done with this, besides wrapping the wires down there on the end. Alright, the only thing left now is to glue that down. That's the Now we got caps. Make sure this is facing straight up. All the way in. Wipe off your excess. Check the length. Yeah, I think that worked pretty good. This cap can go on. Alright. Now, got to drill 2 holes in there to fit these through. And then that's it. I'll be right back. I got to grab a drill. Yep. Well, I couldn't find my... I was having trouble finding my drill. There's one. Was drilling something like this one time, and you seen how it ran up it when it went through. I'm sure you probably can't see that out here in the dark, but ooh, went off in that knuckle. I'll silicone this later. I'm just gonna run them through here right now, and probably I'll run grab the battery real quick. I'll hook them up and show you guys what it looks like here in the yard. I mean, we did all that. We want to see what it looks like, right? Make sure it works. Hey, look at them round bulbs. It's going to bring back memories from my childhood out there floundering. But that's a much fancier setup. We used to just have one bulb. Alright. Get that thing out of here. That thing's garbage. I'll wrap these wires so that it's basically like one. Make sure those are the same length again. Pull them tight. I want to make sure that they're the same, which I guess they should be real close. Just make them the same right now. All right, we got these charger clamps. We're going to use them for making our battery connection. Going to treat white as black. The color don't really make a difference, but forgot to put the thing on there. Had it in my hand. Slide that down. Get all these work back in there. There we go. Slide that back down. And the red is going to be the red. Alright, I'm going to run grab the battery and I'll be right back. We'll test both of them out. Alright, this is the battery. You can see that. And this thing is light. I mean, it is light. Alright, so that's the positive, that's the negative. Now you could get more fancy with these things if you wanted to, but it just doesn't need to be. Alright. That's pretty good right there. See? And you just walk around with it in the water. Now, after a while, you'll learn that if you won't put something across that right there so that light don't come back on you at all, but it really doesn't make a difference. Now, I really only made this to show you what we used to have when I was a kid. And that is it. Now, those are only 60-watt bulbs, so I'm pretty positive that this one I bought at the store is going to be much brighter. But I still wanted to show you how to make your own. And like I said, you can order or find. I mean, they didn't have it at Lowe's. That's all they had at Home Depot. But I know you can order a brighter light bulb. Yeah, I'm not so sure that that's actually even brighter now, actually. I'm sure it can run them both. Those are pretty close to the same, which means that with some 100-watt bulbs, this one's going to be brighter, actually. That's interesting. Well, what we're going to do is tomorrow we'll do it in the water side-by-side comparison. Just going to let that one dry, and I mean, it feels about the same weight. This one's a little bit lighter, but not much. it's not noticeable, honestly. I'll get this wire wrapped up, get that sealed, and get everything ready for tomorrow. And that's how I'll carry that on my back. Yep, so come back tomorrow and we'll make I'll have another video for you out there using these things, and we'll go gigging. Alright, thanks for joining us, and please subscribe if you haven't, like, and